So today's video is a warm-up sequence that's going to open up your heart, wake up the spine, and some slight core engagement and some wrist exercises as well. So when you're ready, get your mat, get comfortable, and let's get started. So welcome everybody, and we are going to get started. So we're going to start off opening up the heart, warming up the wrists, wakening up the core and the spine just before your asana practice. So get your props ready. And I'm going to start off using my yoga spine, a really nice way to gradually open up the heart. Obviously, this is a bit of a niche prop, so you can just use a rolled up towel, just sort of roll it up really tightly and just bring it behind the back. I'm placing my spine just where my bra strap is and just relaxing over it. You can do exactly the same with a rolled up towel. Or you can even use pillows or a bolster here and just completely relax. Just feel that gentle elevation of your heart. And I'm just bringing my arms to cactus or goalpost position here so I can just feel a little bit more open in my shoulders. And just let it go. Maybe you slow down the breath and get ready for the practice to come. So I like to get to my yoga class usually quite early to do this, just to chill out before my yoga practice. Make sure that your feet feel grounded on the mat. So I'm kind of relaxed with my legs here, but I am feeling the earth underneath my feet and I feel, just grounded and connected. It's a really, really good way to start. And I'm starting my practice with Ujjayi breath. We did that in the first video. But as long as you're slowing down the breathing, that's all good here. And maybe a couple more breaths. Start to open the eyes. Slowly, slowly extend the legs one by one. And then reach the arms above the head. Take a big stretch. Feeling the elongation of the body and just roll to one side. You see my noodle just pops off right there. But obviously if you have a towel, it won't do that. Gently release. And now get ready to open up your back. So I'm going to put my blocks in a T position here. So it takes a little bit of faff to sort of sort it out, but basically, I start with the medium height just because that feels good in my body. If you're really open in the back, maybe you want to go higher, or you can even go to the lower height. But the idea is you want to have the first block following the spine, just in between the shoulder blades, and then you'll feel the point when you get there, but you just want to be resting that head on the top block, just to support. Because you don't want to let the head hang, basically. And this is a gorgeous way to open up the body, especially if you're doing a back bending practice or even something restorative. And I like to add here some arm waves. So on an inhale, I reach my arms behind me, try and touch the floor behind me. And on an exhale, I just bring my arms back by my side. We'll do that again. So I'm going to inhale, try and use the full inhalation with the movement. And an exhale, coming back, giving Jeff the plant a good old stroke. And again, keep going. So sometimes as well, I like to do this for up to 10 minutes. So if this feels really good in your body, pause the video and just do it as long as feels good to you. Let's do another round. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. One more time. Let's hold it at the top here. So just reach, reach, reach. Maybe you bring the arms back to cactus, just feel an extra opening. Extend the fingertips behind you and exhale, come all the way down. Now slowly extend the legs one by one. So you're in a supported fish, tuck the chin and come all the way up. Make sure you feel supported when you come up. It can feel a little bit intense when you've been in that position for quite a long time, especially if you pause the video. Now you're going to come to a reclined position with the legs bent, and just feel that feeling of melting into your yoga mat. So I want you to think about the back of the body slowly sinking down into the mat. I like to put my hands on my stomach and the bottom of my ribs just to feel them close in, so there's that slight engagement of the core. Bring the arms by the side. Let's wake up that core, speaking of the core. So bring the legs to a 90-degree angle and keep that core engaged, so back is flat. On an inhale, we're going to lower that left foot and bring it back up. Sorry, on an exhale, you lower the other foot. Inhale, come back up to center. So it's exhale, lower the foot. And inhale back to center, and repeat on the other side. So you want to feel the core engaged here. The more that you lower the foot, the back is going to want to arch. So make sure you keep that slight engagement in that core. And when the legs come back up to center, you want to imagine that you've got grandmother's teapot on the legs. So you're trying to balance. Obviously mine's could be a little bit more perfect, but you get the idea. Your back is going to want to lift. Try and fight against that and keep that core firmly engaged. And then you should be feeling this literally after about 2 rounds. And then we're going to finish with a crunch. So you're just going to reach the arms up and hold. Try and calm the breath, calm the mind. Keep holding, and slowly roll the body down. And let's take a big stretch. Extend the arms and the legs. Maybe you flex and point the toes. Should feel quite nice after that core engagement. And then when you're ready, bring that right knee into the chest. Let's take a supine twist here and just guide that right knee across the left side of the body. And don't worry about the knee touching here. Bring the arms to a T, so the right arm is in line with the shoulder. You're using the left hand to guide that right knee down to the mat, but don't worry if it doesn't touch. Mine isn't quite there yet, so I'm just working on keeping my shoulders grounded so I can feel that really nice twist in the upper part of my body. Coming back to center, wind relieving pose, give it a squeeze. And then when you're ready, we're going to switch sides. Bring the left knee into the chest, give it a nice little squeeze. And then using that right hand, guide that left knee across the body for the supine twist on the other side. Be mindful of your props. As you can see, my blocks got in the way a little bit there, but you know, just work with the space that you have. Keep the shoulders grounded and try and breathe into that twist. And coming back to center. Let's do 3 slow sit-ups here. So push through the feet and come up on an exhale and release on an inhale. Exhale, coming up. Try and reach the ceiling as you come up. So you're not using the hunch position to come up. And after 3, make your way to tabletop pose. Make sure the shoulders are above the wrists, and let's do some wrist circles here. Going one way, go 5 little circles here, and then when you're ready, go the other way. So this is good to warm up the wrists if you're doing a lot of plank in your vinyasa, or maybe you're arm balancing, but I recommend at least 5 minutes of wrist warm-ups if you are doing an intensive arm balancing or handstand practice. This is just for a general asana practice. Now I'm going forward and back over my wrists, just to get some weight in the hands. Feel the flexion of that wrist. Trying to be mindful that my eye of my elbows don't pop out. Try and keep them engaged. Trying not to sag in my shoulders. Now let's flip the fingertips to face the knees. So this might be quite challenging for some people. That's okay, I'm going to give a modification in a second, but you're then going to reach the hips back towards the heels. It's okay if the palms lift, but again, this is a really nice stretch for the wrists. This is one of my favorite ones to do actually. And then coming back. So this is the modification. So if your fingertips don't go directly back towards the knees, you can bring them out a little bit. Just make sure that the elbows follow the line of the fingers, and maybe you don't go as deep. So I'm keeping a little bend there. And now we're going to lift the palms up and down. So try not to chuck the heel of the hand down. Try and have control throughout the whole movement. So you're going to inhale, lift, exhale down, inhale, lift, exhale down. I've got hyperextension in my fingers, so this one's quite a challenge for me. But yeah, it's again really, really nice to wake up the fingers and the muscles in the hands. We're now going to work on retraction and protraction of the shoulder blades. So here I'm sinking my chest down and then pushing the ground away. So as I retract my shoulder blades on an inhale, I'm squeezing my shoulder blades together, almost like I'm trying to squeeze a Coke can. And then on an exhale, I'm doing the absolute opposite and spreading the shoulder blades. And now I'm upping the ante and coming to plank pose to do that. You can stay on your knees if that's more comfortable for you, but I'm working on the retraction and protraction of the shoulder blades. So shoulder blades squeezing together and then coming apart. Really nice warm up for the shoulders. Just a couple of circles of the wrists and a nice little wrist stretch. And obviously my hair is doing a crazy thing right now. Try and ignore that and just watch the wrist stretch. Make sure you do both sides evenly and shake out those hands. Get the blood flow going back in there. We're now going to work on our cat-cow. So you've probably done this or seen this before. So on an inhale, make sure you are in a perfect tabletop pose. Hips above the knees, shoulders above the wrists. On an inhale, you're going to open the chest and exhale round the back. Engaging that core. Inhale, opening the chest and exhale, rounding the back. Make sure that you don't let the core collapse here and let the tummy sag. And again, inhale, opening up the chest and exhale, rounding the back. And again. Beautiful way to waken up the spine. Now from here, we're going to work on a modified vinyasa where we just stay on our knees. It's a really nice way to get some movement in the body and combine what we've just been working on into a nice little meditative flow. It feels like a moving meditation. This is really nice. So I'm just massaging my forehead into the mat or the third eye. If you want to be really yogi, it feels nice in child's pose. So on an inhale, we're going to come forward, roll up into your cat pose. Exhale, modified chaturanga, but lower the chin and the chest to the mat. Inhale, modified cobra. So lift the heart open. Beautiful. And stay a bit longer here because it does feel really nice. Exhale, push back into child's pose. So that's the vinyasa, and I want you to try and feel every movement in the body. So inhale as we round forward through our cat pose. And then as the gaze passes the fingertips, you're going to go knees, chest, chin. And then round up into your cobra pose. Try and keep the neck long. And push back into child's pose. 3 more rounds. And actually just follow your own breath. So I'm going to inhale, round into cat. As soon as my gaze goes past my fingertips, knees, chest, chin. Now I can have my knees above the hips here, but I'm just kind of doing what feels good in my body today. If you want to have the perfect alignment, that would be what you'd be going for. But this just feels really, really nice in my body today, just being in that slight angle. Make sure you keep the neck long in that cobra pose. Make sure you feel that lift of the heart. And go super, super slowly. It's a really, really nice way to start any practice, especially if you're not doing a huge amount of vinyasa or sun salutations. And stay still in your child's pose. Bring the breathing back, connect back to the breath. And see you next time. Thank you, yogis.